Stop what you're doing right now. Place your phone in front of you, take a deep breath, and listen to me very carefully. If this video appeared to you at this exact moment, it was not a coincidence. It was not YouTube's algorithm. It was not chance. It was God. And the message the Father is transmitting through my voice is one, direct and without circumlocution. The next 7 hours of your life are critical. You might not be feeling it now, but something is about to manifest. An important decision, unexpected news, a change of course, a spiritual sign that will define the next few months of your life. And if you are not prepared, if you don't know exactly what to do, what to pray for, what to avoid and what to accept, you could lose a blessing that has long been set aside for you. In this video, I will show you the 7 signs God sends when this critical window opens, the spiritual reason for this urgency, and most importantly, what to do in the coming hours to prevent this opportunity from slipping through your fingers. Stay until the end, because the last revelation is the most powerful and will completely change how you perceive everything that is happening to you right now. Before I continue, I need you to do one thing. If you are over 35 years old, if you have experienced losses, disappointments, nights where you cried yourself to sleep without understanding why your life stalled, if you feel there is something greater calling you but you cannot see it, write the words "I am here" in the comments now. Just that. This simple word is a spiritual seal. It is confirmation that you have received the call and are ready to hear the full truth. And while you're writing, take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, because this channel is under attack, this channel is being persecuted, and you need to ensure that the Father's next warnings reach you at the right time. Now tell me something. Did you wake up today with a weight on your chest that you can't explain? A restlessness, an anxiety, a feeling that something is wrong, but when you look around, everything seems to be in place? Have you been having strange dreams? Dreams with people who have passed away? Dreams with turbulent waters? Dreams with endless roads? Have you been smelling scents that come from nowhere? Hearing noises in your house when no one else is there? Feeling like someone is watching you while you pray? If you answered yes to at least one of these questions, pay close attention now. These are the first symptoms of the 7-hour window opening. It's not your imagination. It's not lack of sleep. It's not the fatigue from the demanding routine of working, taking care of family, paying bills, dealing with a boss, dealing with a teenage child, dealing with a distant spouse. It is spiritual. It is the Father knocking on the door of your heart and saying, "Wake up, my child, for time is short." The first sign is the most common and the most ignored. You start waking up in the early hours of the morning, always at the same time, between 3 and 4 o'clock, and when you look at the clock, you feel a shiver down your spine. This time is known as the hour of the thin veil, when the barrier between the material and spiritual worlds is most open. God chooses this moment to speak to those he wants to awaken, but the enemy also takes advantage of this moment to try to confuse you. Therefore, if you have been waking up at this hour in recent days, it is not insomnia, it is an invitation, and you need to learn to differentiate the Father's voice from the adversary's voice. The second sign is a sudden loss of interest in things that once brought you pleasure. You no longer feel like watching that TV show, that football game, that party, that gathering with friends that used to be sacred. It's as if a part of you has shut down. You are not sick, you are not clinically depressed. You are being pulled to another level, and this is frightening, because the world around you doesn't understand. Your wife thinks you're strange. Your husband thinks you've become boring. Your children think you've grown hard. But the truth is you are being emptied of the old to receive the new, and the next 7 hours are the exact moment when this emptying will reach its peak. That is why the Father prepared the Holy Book for you, the 21 days of prosperity and alignment with God. This Holy Book is not just a reading. It is the exact map that reveals how to position yourself spiritually during these critical time windows, teaches the right psalms for each type of attack, shows specific prayers for the hours of the thin veil, and gives you the step-by-step guide to transform this restlessness you feel into real prosperity, into healing for your family, into breaking financial blocks that have lasted for years. The Holy Book teaches exactly how to use the next 7 hours to your advantage, how to transform this divine warning into concrete action, how not to waste the call the Father is making to you now. The link to download the Holy Book is in the first pinned comment of this video. And I need to warn you, this content has already been reported. This channel has already suffered attempts to take it down. The system doesn't want this message to reach you because when you awaken, you stop consuming, stop obeying, stop being trapped. So download it now, before they take it offline. Download it and then come back here and write in the comments, "I am chosen and I will download the digital book." This is your act of faith, your yes to the Father, the seal that confirms you have accepted the call. Now that you have decided to act, the next truth I will tell you will be the final blow against everything that has been holding your life back. Because the third sign is what 90% of people mistake for bad luck. I will tell you exactly what it is. Have you noticed that in recent days everything seems to be going wrong at the same time? The car broke down, the washing machine stopped working, a bill arrived doubled, a relative asked you for money, an old friendship disappointed you, work became strangely demanding, and exhaustion doesn't go away even with an entire weekend of rest. This is not bad luck. This is not a bad phase. This is a spiritual bombardment that happens precisely because you are being prepared for a divine promotion. There is a law in the invisible world that says, before every great blessing there is great turbulence, and the next 7 hours are the peak of this turbulence. It is now that the enemy throws everything against you to make you give up, to make you doubt, to make you turn back. If you don't pass through this sieve, you won't receive. It's that simple. The fourth sign is even more subtle, and therefore the most dangerous. You start receiving warnings through ordinary people. A neighbor says a phrase that touches your heart. A stranger on the bus utters a word that seems meant for you. A child in the supermarket line looks at you differently. A dog crosses the street in front of you. A sign you've never seen before appears in your path. A number repeats itself on the clock, on the gas station bill, in your coffee change. This is what the ancients called divine synchronicity. It is the Father using the entire world to speak to you, and whoever has ears, let them hear. If you are paying attention, you will notice. If you are distracted by your phone, by TV shows, by marital arguments, by money worries, you will miss it. And there's no point complaining later that God didn't warn you. He warns. He warns all the time. The problem is that we are not tuned in. The fifth sign is a physical pain that appears out of nowhere and has no medical explanation. A headache that won't go away. A tightness in your chest that frightens you. Back pain in the spinal area, tingling in your hands. A strange itch. Before you rush to the emergency room, understand one thing. The human body is a spiritual temple, and when there is a strong movement in the invisible world around you, the body reacts. It's as if it knows before your consciousness does. Many Americans over 35, especially those who carry family, home, and work responsibilities, suffer these symptoms and are medicated their entire lives without knowing that the origin is not of the body, but of the soul. It is the spiritual battle weighing heavily, and the next 7 hours are the moment when this battle reaches its climax. I know you are feeling this now. I know because whoever reached this point in the video did not get here by chance. You were led, and you need to know that there is a way out, there is a path, there is a protection that the Father has already prepared for you. That is why the Father prepared the Holy Book for you, the 21 days of prosperity and alignment with God. This Holy Book is not just a reading. It is the complete manual that reveals exactly what to do for each of these 7 signs I am showing you. The Holy Book provides the specific prayer for when you wake up in the early hours and feel the presence. It teaches the right psalm for when your body aches for no apparent reason. It shows how to interpret the signs that appear in your path. It reveals the 21-hour fast that breaks financial bombardment. It gives you a daily step-by-step guide for 21 consecutive days to move you out of this phase of turbulence and into a phase of harvest, a phase of prosperity, a phase of alignment with the Father. The link to the Holy Book is in the first pinned comment. I need to remind you that this content challenges everything the system wants you to believe. They have tried to silence this message many times. They have taken down videos, blocked accounts, and tried to erase everything. So hurry now. Download the Holy Book while the link is still active and then come back here and comment, "I am chosen and I will download the digital book." This comment is your covenant of faith with the Father. It is your word that you accept the call, that you will no longer let this opportunity pass, that you will no longer be trapped in the cycle of suffering that your life has become in recent years. Now that you have decided to act, the next truth I will tell you will be the final blow against everything that was preventing your miracle from manifesting. Because now we enter the deeper signs, the signs that most people never decipher on their own. And the sixth sign, specifically, is what separates those who are ready from those who will remain stuck for another 10 years in the same situation. The sixth sign is a sudden and inexplicable desire to resolve old issues, to call that person you fought with years ago, to ask forgiveness from that sister you haven't spoken to in a decade, to return that money you borrowed and never paid back, to reconcile with an old love, not to get back together, but to close the cycle, to visit the grave of your father, your mother, your grandfather, and say what you never said. If you are feeling these impulses, do not ignore them. This is the Father clearing your path. There is an ancient spiritual law that says, no new blessing enters a vessel full of old things, and the next 7 hours are the window for cleansing. If you take advantage, you receive. If you don't, the blessing passes and goes to someone else who was waiting. I know this hits hard. I know this hurts. But this is the truth you need to hear today. Have you ever wondered how many opportunities you've missed in life because of unresolved issues? How many deals didn't close because on the day of closing, your heart was heavy from an old argument? How many loves didn't materialize because you were still carrying the resentment from a previous relationship? How many jobs did you lose because your mind was preoccupied with forgiveness you couldn't give? The financial, romantic, and family life of a person over 35 is a direct reflection of everything they have failed to resolve. And here in the United States, in our culture, we were taught to swallow, to hold back, to pretend everything is fine. We grow up hearing that we cover past wounds with dirt, but the Bible teaches the opposite. The Bible teaches that we need to wash, we need to pull out the root, we need to heal. Because as long as the root is there, the tree of bitterness continues to bear fruit, and that fruit contaminates everything you touch. Think with me. Do you think it's normal for a hard-working man, a struggling woman, to reach 40, 50 years old and still be financially strapped? Do you think it's normal for someone who works from dawn to dusk, pays taxes, helps their family, to live in fear of the end of the month, without savings, without peace of mind, without peace? It's not normal. It's not natural. And it's not God's will. The Father's will is for you to have life in abundance. But abundance only enters when the channels are unblocked. And the next 7 hours are the moment when God is coming down with spiritual scissors to cut the ties that bind you. You just need to accept, you just need to say yes. And the seventh sign, the most powerful of all, is that inexplicable feeling that something good is about to happen. Even in the midst of turbulence, even in the midst of sadness, even with bills piling up, you feel deep inside, deep in your chest, a new hope. A silent certainty that the turning point is near, a peace that makes no sense given the circumstances. This is the Spirit confirming. This is the Father saying He has already prepared everything, that the blessing has already been released, that only your last step is missing. And that last step, my brother, my sister, is precisely this: to position yourself, to place yourself under the right protection, to do what needs to be done in the next 7 hours. That is why the Father prepared the Holy Book for you, the 21 days of prosperity and alignment with God. This Holy Book is not just a reading, it is the spiritual instrument that the Father placed in my hands to deliver precisely to people like you, who are at this critical moment in life. The Holy Book reveals in detail what to do in each of these 7 critical hours that are now opening over your life. It teaches the prayer for the first hour, which breaks financial blocks of entire generations. It teaches the psalm for the second hour, which closes the door for the enemy to enter your home through your children. It teaches the specific fast for the third hour, which activates the healing of diseases that doctors are unable to diagnose. It teaches the declaration of faith for the fourth hour, which opens paths of prosperity in business, work, and retirement. It teaches the forgiveness ritual for the fifth hour, which releases you from the bonds of toxic relationships. It teaches the gratitude exercise for the sixth hour, which attracts divine favor to your home. And it teaches the seal for the seventh hour, which is the most powerful of all, the one that seals every blessing received during the day and prevents the enemy from trying to steal it afterward. 21 consecutive days, a complete daily step-by-step guide, prayers written word for word indicated psalms, exact times of day to pray, what to eat, what to avoid, what to declare, what to keep silent, all in a single holy book. And I need to tell you with all honesty, this holy book has already changed the lives of thousands of Americans who were exactly where you are now, men and women over 35 who were tired, in debt, depressed, alone, without hope. People who woke up in the early hours with a tightness in their chest, not knowing where to turn. People who had already tried therapy, medicine, self-help, that expensive online course, that trendy mentor, and nothing worked because none of it touched the spiritual root of the problem. And when these people got their hands on this holy book and began the 21 days, their lives turned around. The bill was paid, the job appeared, the illness receded, the child returned home, the marriage was restored, peace returned. It's not an empty promise, it's not a soap opera miracle. It is the spiritual law working when you align with the Father in the correct way at the correct time with the correct tools. The link to download the Holy Book is in the first pinned comment of this video. Just below, simply scroll down a bit and you'll find it. But I need to warn you about something very serious. This content here, this message, this holy book, all of it goes against everything the system wants to sell you. The system wants you medicated, in debt, distracted, consuming, obeying, silent. The system doesn't want you awake. The system doesn't want you truly prosperous, with spiritual autonomy, with discernment, with the Father walking beside you. That's why they've tried to take down this channel many times. They've reported these videos. They've blocked accounts. They've deleted comments. They've reduced reach. They've silenced the message for months. And every time the Father raised it up again. Every time this message returned stronger. But you don't know how long the link will stay active. You don't know if tomorrow, or in 2 hours, or in 10 minutes, someone won't report it again and the link will go down. That's why the urgency is real. That's why the next 7 hours are truly critical. Hurry, scroll down to the first pinned comment, click the link, download the Holy Book now, before they take it offline. And then come back here and comment with faith in your heart, I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. This comment is not just any phrase. This comment is your public declaration of faith. It is the moment you stop being a victim of your own life and take spiritual command. It is the moment you seal an agreement with the Father and say, I accept the call, I accept the mission, I accept prosperity, I accept healing, I accept alignment. And the Father sees this. The Father reads this comment as he read the faith of the woman with the issue of blood touching the hem of his garment, as he read the faith of the centurion asking for his servant, as he read the faith of Zacchaeus climbing the sycamore tree. Your commenting this phrase is your sycamore tree. It is your hem of the garment. It is your public act of saying, I believe, and whoever believes receives. That is the law. That has always been the law. And while you do that, like this video, press the like button. It's not my vanity, not ego, not about numbers. It is spiritual protection for this channel so that this message continues to reach those who need it. Every like is a vote of faith that pushes this content to another person who is exactly where you were 10 minutes ago, not knowing what they were feeling, not knowing why they were waking up in the early hours, not knowing why their life stalled. You can be the Father's instrument to free someone else today. Subscribe to the channel too if you haven't already. Activate the notification bell, because the next warnings the Father will send through this channel will be even stronger, even more revealing, and you cannot miss them. Now that you have decided to act, now that you have downloaded the Holy Book, now that you have commented your declaration of faith, the next truth I will tell you will be the final blow against everything that is still trying to hold you back. Because there is a detail about these 7 critical hours that no one is telling you. There is a secret behind this time window that most pastors, priests, and spiritual leaders in the United States don't talk about. And I will reveal it to you now without fear. What happens in these 7 critical hours is this. There is a spiritual meeting happening simultaneously on 2 planes. On the plane of light, the angels designated for your life are gathered, receiving instructions about the next movements. New resources, new people, new opportunities, new paths. Everything is being distributed at this exact moment. And on the plane of shadow, opposing forces are holding a parallel meeting to try to sabotage this distribution. They are seeing what the Father has prepared for you, and they are desperately strategizing to steal it before it reaches you. That's why so many last-minute obstacles appear. That's why on the eve of a miracle everything seems to fall apart. That's why when you are closest to the answer, that's when you feel the most desire to give up. And what decides the battle, what makes the scales tip towards the side of light, is your attitude of faith in the next 7 hours. It is you praying, you fasting, you declaring, you reading the Holy Book, you commenting your faith, you not staying silent, you not turning back. Here in the United States, we have a very strong thing where spirituality is mixed with daily life. Americans pray asking for help, but then go back to complaining about life. Americans light candles, but then become suspicious. Americans promise, but then forget. And the Father doesn't ask for much, but he asks for constancy. He asks for faithfulness. He asks that you do your part. And your part now, in the next 7 hours, is one thing: to position yourself. Download the Holy Book. Start the 21 days. Don't skip a single day. Don't give up at the first difficulty. Don't let routine swallow you up again. Don't allow worry about bills, about your child, about work, about your husband, about your wife, to steal your focus. 21 days, that's all. 21 full days of your commitment to the Father, and your life will turn around. Not because I am promising it, but because spiritual law works that way. It always has, and it will continue to work. Now listen very carefully to what I am about to say. If you have made it this far in this video, if you are feeling all of this in your chest as you listen to my voice, if your eyes are watering, your heart is racing with a strange urge to act, this is the Holy Spirit confirming every word. This is not cheap emotion. This is not manipulation. This is recognition. You are recognizing the truth that you already knew deep down, but no one had the courage to tell you. And now that you know, you have no more excuses. Now that you know, the responsibility is yours, and the Father is waiting with open arms for your decision. That is why, my brother, my sister, the Father prepared the Holy Book for you, the 21 days of prosperity and alignment with God. This Holy Book is the last missing piece. It is the instrument that transforms everything you heard today into practical action. It is the map that takes you from where you are now, tired, struggling, without hope, to where you ought to be, prosperous, healed, at peace, aligned. The Holy Book is the specific answer for this critical 7-hour moment that has opened over your life. It teaches exactly how not to let this window close without you receiving everything the Father has already set aside for you. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. Scroll down now, find the pinned comment, click the link, download the Holy Book. Don't leave it for later. Don't leave it for tomorrow. Tomorrow might be too late. Tomorrow the link might have been taken down. Tomorrow you might be distracted again by the hustle and bustle of life. It's now. It's this moment. It's this hour. Download the Holy Book and come back here and comment with the full strength of your faith. I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. Write it, seal it, claim it. And after commenting, do one more thing for me. Share this video with at least 3 people you know need this message. That relative who's been sad, that friend who lost their job, that church brother or sister who's discouraged, that co-worker who's been acting strange. You can be the channel the Father will use to free 3 more lives today, and every life freed through your sharing returns to you in blessing, multiplied by 7. This is another spiritual law few know. Whoever spreads light receives light back 7-fold. Like this video now, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, activate the bell, comment your declaration of faith, download the Holy Book from the first pinned comment, and share with 3 people. 5 simple actions that together completely change the spiritual energy of your life in the next 7 hours. 5 actions that prove to the Father that you are no longer a spectator of your own story, that you are an agent, that you are a child, that you are chosen. And always remember this: the Father doesn't force anyone. The Father invites, the Father knocks, the Father warns. But the decision to open the door is always yours. He won't break in. He won't insist forever. There comes a time when the invitation ends and the window closes. And today now in this video, you have received the clearest invitation you have ever received in life. What you will do with it is exclusively your choice. But I want to remind you, with all the love in my heart, that whoever chooses the Father chooses back. Whoever moves towards the light moves towards that person. Whoever makes the decision to act is sustained. And whoever remains silent, whoever postpones, whoever pretends it's not for them, also reaps silence. It's not punishment. It's law. It's the same law that governs the seed. You plant, you harvest. You don't plant, you don't harvest. It's that simple. So I ask you one last question before I conclude. Will you be a seed today or dry land? Will you be the child who answered the call, or the one who heard the Father's voice and pretended not to hear? Will you let this message enter your heart and transform your life? Or will you close the video, open another app, forget everything in 5 minutes, and return to the same cycle of suffering that has lasted for years? The choice is yours. It always has been yours. And it will be yours until your last breath. But I, as the instrument used to bring this message today, have fulfilled my part. Now it's your turn. Scroll down now to the first pinned comment. Click the link. Download the Holy Book, 21 Days of Prosperity and Alignment with God. Start day 1 today. Comment below, I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and share with those who need it. Do all this now within the next few hours, because the window is open and time is short. May the Father bless you, may the Father protect you, may the Father prosper you, may the Father align you, and may this message be the beginning of a new era in your life, the era in which you stop surviving and start truly living, the way it was always planned for you since before the beginning. Go with God, and go now.